No, I don't know if you remember or not, but when we
Bukowski,
were...
Galloway, quite the little reunion in there. Almost brought a tear to my eye.
They're good police.
How would you know? You got promoted so fast you barely had time to learn their names. Let me fill you in. Bukowski's a pushover. Galloway's a drunk.
You could learn a thing or two from both of them.
Please. They couldn't work a vice case if their life depended on it.
I don't see why they'd be any better or worse at it than me.
I noticed you said better. Hubris disguised as humility. Kind of your trademark, don't you think?
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got nothing to prove. He's been on homicide for years.
And he's welcome to it. You're a terrier, Phelps, and that's what I need. Not some old bulldog who can't get up a flight of stairs without coughing up his lunch.
Okay. I see both points, to be honest. But as I was trying to say before I was so rudely interrupted, when we were playing on 60 FPS, I've lowered the graphics a bit to not lose the FPS. And now that we're on 30, I boosted up again the graphics. I don't see almost any change, but you know, whatever. I'm blind, so who knows? Oh, by the way, I've started using Odyssey, which is kind of like a YouTube competitor at the moment. So, if you want to be very kind to me, you can follow me on Odyssey. I will link it in the description. Would be great. I have 0 followers at the moment, so please do. Every follower is another follower, you know?
I don't mind that you're talking, so long as you don't mind that I'm not listening.
What can I help you with today?
Oh,
I
hello.
recognize that guy from the
LAPD,
papers.
ma'am.
He's a cop.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She was found dead this morning. How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
This movement is either, oh my god, I'm being interviewed by a police officer about a murder, or I have something to hide and I don't want you to find out. I'll go with lie and back off.
You weren't as shocked as someone normally is when told about a murder, ma'am. Is there something about Julia you want to tell me?
You're accusing me of lying? How dare you? What basis do you have for this kind of accusation?
Zero basis I have for that. Definitely zero.
Looks like I made a mistake.
Just says this. I would hope to have more info. I'll go with intuition. If it will leave me truth and doubt, I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what I'll do. I'll go with truth, fuck it.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is she?
She's a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to
I'm
me.
very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look? That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you. How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
By the blinking. I understand one blink, but click, 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 click. What is this? What is this? Fine, truth.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about it.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
Now I do not know. Is it the same? I think there's a bit more movement than before. Sure.
She was wearing a sapphire engagement ring. Someone must have given it to her.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
Will you pass the message though? Please? Would be great. Start the convo, please.
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
It is a smart move though. God damn it. Oh fuck, I missed the turn as well. People, when they know less, right, they have less reason to hide stuff from you.
What an awful drive.
You know what I mean? God damn it. Trying to pour some water. Where are we going? This way? Maybe? Yeah. Golden handles. That didn't help.
Here, Stoneman, office 505.
Stoneman.
I swear, if we locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
Okay. 505, 502, 503, 505.
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
Is there a privilege anymore after she died?
How well did you know Miss Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
6 months? Wait, what? That doesn't make any... How is it 6 months? This, what's it called? July 46th. Right? 6 months means that we're in January 47 now?
Julia Randall has been your patient for nearly a year. I'm sure you know that.
Do you doubt my veracity, Detective? Do you have access to my patient records?
Your prescriptions contradict you, Doctor.
Miss Randall was in the fashion business, as you probably know. She was jumped up on Benzedrine by day and knocked down by sleeping pills at night. I told her to slow up, but no. Life was too short for her.
And you supplied the prescription for the Benzedrine.
It's not illegal, Detective. A lot of young women in her line of work use it for weight loss.
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
We believe Miss Randall died of an overdose of morphine. You didn't prescribe her anything else, did you?
That is a very serious allegation to level at a doctor, young man.
You just lied to us, motherfucker. Am I supposed to prove that he prescribed her something else? Oh shit, with that other lady, the cleaning lady, I've linked this. When I accuse her of lying, I should have used this. Because those are prescribed for troubled sleep and depression.
You don't ask, you never find out.
I've accused them of lying. Fuck it. Yeah, it's doubt.
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
Yeah, I made a mistake though. With the cleaning lady, I think.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Messages, please.
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please, thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
Let's go. We haven't received any calls yet. Which is weird. We usually get at least 2 by now. We moved to like, this is our 4th location, I think, right? With murder scene. Wait, we had murder scene. We had a dressing agency. And what else we had? Did we have anything else between? And now we have this. So it's at least 3.
The old boy's lying.
About what?
I don't know. He looked relieved when you said she was dead. That's a strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient.
I didn't notice it, but sure. I mean, I know he was lying. We caught him in a lie. So I won't be surprised if he was lying about something else as well. You know? Oh yeah, so we were in 3 locations. But usually when we move
Have you noticed how croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got something to hide?
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
But as I was saying, fuck's sake. Usually when we move from one location to another, we get a call in between. And now we're moving to our 4th location. We got 0 calls. Something weird is going on. Oh shit. Yeah, don't ask, man. What is that? Is that the corner? Mortuary, night entrance. ML. Is Mel short for Mallory? Or is there something else?
Cole, Roy, I have some information for you.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 Syrettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening, Mal.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
What does it give me? This so-called clue.
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine. Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal. Thanks for the lead.
Fucking Roy. God damn it. Wait, what? Why are we still here? Yeah, okay, I'm done here then. Or maybe I need to come back here. That makes sense. That make a sense. Okay. Here we are.
Canary says he'll sing, but only if I guarantee he walks.
Interview 2.
I want to make homicide. You know you made it if you can get that desk.
I say we bust in there and find the guy.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
He's hiding something.
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
Well, vaguely? Then his wife said, well, what's her face? Forgot the name. His fiancée said that she met Julia through him, or the other way around. She met him through Julia, whatever.
Come clean with us, Arnett. Was Miss Randall your mistress? Is that how she could afford such a lavish lifestyle?
That's a ridiculous allegation. How could you possibly prove that I paid for Julia's things?
You're off the hook, for now.
He's asking whether you banged her in a chuck-on-the-shoulder fraternity kind of way.
I'm engaged to be married. It wouldn't be polite.
Answer the question.
This will remain private? Heather won't have to know? Yes. We had relations.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Henry, I don't like when people lie to me. She was seeing a man named Henderson. You know who I'm talking about.
Easy on, Detective. I may have heard of Henderson, but I don't know his full name. I think he's from New York or someplace back east.
What?
That's funny. Julia told her cleaning lady that he lived in San Francisco.
Okay, you got me. I don't know where he's from. Julia wanted money. She always wanted money. She thought she could get some from this guy.
She was wearing a distinctive engagement ring. You think she might have convinced him to buy it for her?
Maybe he did, yeah. Maybe he and Julia were getting serious.
Wow. I just threw him a line and he just swallowed it whole. Oh my god. He's definitely involved with some shit. I mean, he's no clean in this. I might even think that he bought the ring for Julia.
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
I think you're lying. I think Randall was a high-priced hooker, and this Henderson character didn't want it to come out that he had been seeing her. I think he had LeBlanc and an accomplice bump her off. I think you know who Henderson is, and you're trying to conceal his identity.
I think you've been out in the sun too long without your hat. Prove that I know who Henderson is.
You just said you know him.
Is anybody making coffee soon?
I cannot prove.
Sorry. Sometimes you have to shake the tree to see what falls out. So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julie Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
That's right.
You really think I'm gonna squeal? I say we bust in there and find the goddamn...
Some kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. The Fighting Sixth.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
He wasn't a captain in the Marines.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.